What is going on, everybody? The Corner Team coming at you with another little movie review. So how you guys doing myself? So today we're back with some more movie reviews here on the Crow Show. I know it's been a while. I don't know why I didn't make any Crow Show videos. Mostly, I do know why, and I don't know why. Reason I know why is because I've been working every single day so far, and I really haven't had the time to, and I've been tired as hell. So I have had to basically catch up on all my sleep, and it's just been torture for me just to finally get a couple days off. And now I can finally catch up with my sleep, and now I'm finally up to date with trying to get the energy out there and everything like that. So let's just get past that and get right into the news on the review. We're going to be reviewing the movie Don't Breathe. Now, I have made a video on this a long time ago with Brittany when me and her were still doing the trailer box thing. And trailer box is still a thing. It's just trying to figure out who should go next into the show with me, or should I keep doing it alone? Now that's a big question to ask, and with a big question, a big answer to still receive. But that's beside the point. We need to talk about what I thought of the movie. I'm going to say this: I have been disappointed by so many horror films in the past couple of years. They have been awful, plain, and you could see everything coming, and the jump scares were horrible, and the story was just written terrible, and the cast wasn't too bad, but it could have been better, and just all around horrible moments for horror films in general. Now, that's not to say that this year hasn't been promising, for so far I've heard a lot of good things on a lot of good horror films that have been released, like The Boy, and Conjuring 2, and The Woman in Black. I think that's a new one. I'm not sure. Other forms of horror films. I don't really watch horror films a lot, but when I do, it's pretty like maybe every so often, maybe every 2 months, I watch a new horror film just because somebody wants to have me go with them, or I just don't know what to watch, and there's just that only one movie that's brand new right now. Because freaking Marvel movies are so far away from being a thing, and so are DC movies, so I don't have any movies to watch that are hero based for a while. We got a long while. But besides that, horror films have been horrible for the past couple of years, and this movie, Don't Breathe, played by the guy that played in Avatar, I can't remember his name. Maybe I'll figure it out in a little bit, and if I don't, well, you know who I'm talking about. He plays a blind Vietnam veteran who is standing on top of a house in a neighborhood that is completely empty in Detroit, Michigan, which is awesome. I thought that the fact that this movie was taking place in Detroit was unbelievably amazing. Because, Detroit doesn't have that many good sight scenes to make a movie, except for when they made Transformers and Batman v Superman and stuff like that. There hasn't been really that many good sight scenes to make a movie on. But to see that this one was all in Detroit, because the neighborhood was very familiar to where I used to go to visit in Detroit back when I used to live there, it was very, very similar to what it was portraying, and I'm glad that they made this movie in that environment. And basically, this man had a rough patch with the Vietnam War. He came back blind, or he was already blind. Who knows how he got blind? But basically, he had a family, but he didn't really like them. The only people he liked was his daughter, and the daughter was killed, and then he just went completely insane. And then these kids are trying to make a living by stealing valuable riches and making money off of it, so that way they can move out of Detroit and go to LA. Basically, the cast, I can't remember the girl's name. She has been in many films before, but there is the one boy that was the kid in the back seat of the trailers who played in the new Goosebumps movie with Jack Black. He's in there too, and then this other guy that I've never really seen in my life in that film, who's a gangsta, dread-haired fucker. He's in there too. They all try to steal money to get out of Detroit because the girl in there has a youngest sister who wants to get out of this hellhole that her mom is a drug addict and alcoholic and a smoke addict and stuff like that. Basically, just a horrible person. She wants to get that little girl out of there. So basically, they hear that this man has over $1 million or $1,000, and they want to steal it. So they go in there and they think that this man's just going to be a normal blind guy that won't know what's going on. Little do they know, if you lose 1 cent of your 3 senses in your entire body, you're seeing, you're hearing, and you're tasting. Actually, no, that's wrong. You're seeing, you're hearing, and you're smelling. Tasting too, but that it didn't really have that much of a it didn't have a purpose in this movie with tasting. But basically, this when you take away one scent of those three, smell, sight, and hearing, the other ones get really strong. So this man has lost sight of his seeing, but he has not lost any touch of his hearing or his smelling. So he can smell and hear everything in the room. So with them making as much noise, even if it's just a little tiny creak into the floor, he can hear that. He can see where you're at. He basically goes on a giant rampage and makes them go through this hell of trying to get out of this house that he has locked down from the inside with panels and locks and chains and all kinds of stuff. They can't get out because he's been prepared for this. So their job is to get the money and get out with their lives. And the end result for the movie was pretty freaking twisted, I have to say. It said all over TV that it's probably the biggest twist in horror film history, and it's true. Very twisting. I do agree with that, but the twist did need a little bit of work, but I don't care. I had my hand on this edge of my seat the whole time, going like this with my hand in my teeth and stuff like that. It was keeping me going. With my friend Jacob Townsend, aka GMT Studios, we were enjoying this movie. Everybody in the theater was going crazy. Everybody was screaming. Everybody was gasping. It was the biggest reaction film I have ever seen in my life. And to see that this is one of the best horror films I have ever seen in my life, I'm giving this movie a 10 out of fucking 10. And if you have not seen this movie, please go see it. And oh my god, that's all I have to say. Just please go see it. I'm probably going to go see it again because I thought it was great. If I spoiled anything for you, I tried my best not to. All I did was just talk about the backstory of the whole entire movie. The rest is up for you to see yourself. I did not say who dies, I did not say who lives. It is completely up to you to go find out yourself. So, if you enjoyed this little movie review and you want to go see it, or you have seen Don't Breathe, leave it in the comments below that you've seen it. What was your favorite part of the movie? Try not to spoil it for people who haven't seen it. If you can't help it, oh well. But if you have a favorite part, if you have a favorite actor in that film, please let me know. And I can't remember the names of all the actors, so please let me know in the comments below the female actor and all the male actors in the film, so that way I know who's who, and that way I can have a better grasp on it, so that way I can know the film. But apparently the guy that plays as the blind dude and then the sergeant in Avatar, apparently he is the guy who was in lineup for Cable in the new Deadpool movie. So after seeing this movie, I truthfully think he deserves this role. Please give him the role for Cable. Ryan Reynolds, if you're seeing this, give that man the role for Cable. He deserves that fucking role. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please go watch Don't Breathe. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.